would do what's best. Able to come back today, Lord, I just ask you to continue to watch over and bless them and keep them well. Forgive us when we fail you, Lord, and these things I ask in your name. Amen.
Sierra, you were signed up to speak.
You may go here, or I need to go.
It's set up, there's a mic.
Okay. Bear with me. Thank y'all this evening for listening to me and hearing me out. I want to address what I feel are inconsistencies that have taken place regarding this recent COVID variant and kind of what just took place with our closures this past week. I think it's evident that the majority of our community and a lot of people in this room, we're done. We're done. From the standpoint of the ever-changing COVID measures. And at this point, we've all continued on with our lives. We've taken care of what we feel like we need to take care of, and we've gone about our business, going out and about, sporting events, shopping, concerts, whatever it may be. We're living life. And there's a lot in this world that are waking up to what's really happening. And one realization that I made early on was how those of us who claim to be Christians have completely diminished the sovereignty of God by allowing fear to take up residence in our lives for this and with this. Thanks to the misguided information that we've had from social media, fake news, and those within our government. Folks, we are currently in a war, and we have always been in a war, but it is evident in a war of good versus evil. And if we do not stand up and push back on everything currently taking place regarding COVID, we will be stuck in this trap for a very long time, and things will be much worse. Which leads me to this, and this is just the way that I understand the guidelines from TEA, and I could be mistaken, and I hope that you guys will correct me if I am. The way I understand TEAs, they put out guidelines, which are just that, guidelines. Not anything we're required to enforce, that the school board get to determine how they handle issues pertaining to COVID. It has been my understanding that we are sending kids home because they've had a headache, they had a runny nose, they had a cough, a sore throat, they sounded congested, or their voice sounded different. And I feel like we've forgotten that there are other ailments that are present and not everything is just COVID. I do not believe it is an administrator's responsibility, or the nurse for that matter, to an extent, to determine that because a child may show one of those symptoms that it is automatically COVID. They need to either stay home for 10 days, or they've got to go get another diagnosis, or we've got to present a negative COVID test in order to return to school. If we are all carrying on with our lives, then why are we still implementing these rules and these requirements? Let's get back to entrusting the parents and the guardians with these matters. We should only be sending kids home like it was before. If they had a fever, they were vomiting, had diarrhea, had an injury at school, or just generally didn't feel good. We should only be sending, the only way this insanity stops is if everyone stops getting tested. There's no reason why any one person should be taking 2 to 3 tests before they get a positive. That just blows my mind. Second, I feel like we need to lift any requirements that a student be tested, staying home for 10 days or having another diagnosis in order to return to school. Third, no more contact tracing whatsoever. We are a public school. Let's start entrusting those who have their kids in public schools and not what the government has to say. The narrative's collapsing, and it is coming to light that we have been greatly deceived about COVID. We need to come together and say no more. If families want to continue with testing or contact tracing or quarantining on their own, then so be it. But enough of making everybody else comply if they don't feel it's necessary for their families. I love this community, but y'all, God is on his throne. We need to trust him and have faith in him. And whatever happens, happens. Thank you.
Thank you. Laura, you're signed up to do what? you're here to do, right? You don't want to speak in public forum? Okay. Making sure. We'll move to item number 4, consideration.
One thing.
Okay, consideration of consent agenda. Did anybody have any questions on the consent agenda? If there's no questions, entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Tammy, I will second. Those in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries 6-0. Item number 5, campus and administrative reports.
All right. Hey, everybody. It definitely feels good to be back and mostly fully staffed. So that was a first in a while. So we're glad to have everybody back in their rooms, and most of our kids are back now. So that's exciting. Some things that have kind of been going on right now. Teachers are working hard to get their middle of the year data, and we actually have a Elementary Solutions and Goals Committee where we looked at the results from the climate survey that everybody did, and we are picking kind of 2 areas at a time to attack with the Solutions and Goals Committee that involves me, Ms. Pessel, and the teachers. So we're hammering away, trying to get things squared away and it looked like the campus that we wanted to look like. There's just really lots of things really good going on in rooms. I know the teachers were kind of at a standstill for a second, but they've been doing amazing things in their rooms. They're kind of remixing their reviews. They've got kids doing scavenger hunts. They're taking an ordinary review worksheet and they're sending on scavenger hunts to find the answers. Projects going on. So we're just excited for this next semester.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
How are the teachers making up the time that we missed last week? That was part of it, but are we putting together a plan in the classrooms?
Yes. So Mr. Fowler, Mr. Dyer, and I met to discuss those kind of our options. So I'm sure we'll learn more about that later.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about makeup work?
Well,
like
the-
getting kids caught up and everything? Okay.
Yeah, caught up and the missed instruction time.
I'll talk about that in the
Okay.
next instruction
Okay.
on mine.
Well, I've got a bunch. We've got a lot of amazing things we always have going on. I gave all the board a packet of all of our awards and things that we had. It's been posted on our Facebook, but I was really excited to go through this. As kind of first time I've had the opportunity to kind of make something like this. And it really just kind of shows, outside of athletics, which we've always had great athletics, we just have kids doing a lot of amazing things. I mean, this was 3 full pages, and I had to shrink this down to try to get it to 3 pages. It would have been 10 pages, but just we got kids doing great stuff in ag and FFA, cross country, band, volleyball. You know, we've got robotics going to state. We've got, you know, all of our National Honor Society kids, so our UIL kids. So we've just got so many really wonderful things. Even our yearbook is killing it. They're nationally recognized as one of our yearbooks to look at and stuff. So we've got a lot of really great things. A lot of our kids are doing some really amazing stuff. So that was all the first semester. The things that we got right now, band, Shauna Bird, she's moving on to the state championships. She's going to be the 2022 All-State band member. So that competition, I believe, is in March sometime. But so she has made it to the state finals in band. Blake Blanchard got second chair all area. So he made it to the last meet where him and Shauna both went. He did really well, but he got second. He doesn't move on, but Shauna does. But they did really, really well. It's really exciting for them. Mr. Santos wanted to make sure that I let everybody know that we have 5 soloists and 2 ensemblists that they will be taking around to different competitions in each one of those areas. And also that he's starting up a jazz band that will start just playing after school on, I believe, Mondays or something. So he's really excited to introduce the jazz band part of that also. The band people will be competing and traveling March 2nd. So that's when I believe Shauna goes on to her state competition. Basketball, we've started basketball, moving right along. Girls are 14-7 overall and 2-2 in district. They play Somerville tomorrow. Boys are 11-9 and 0-2 in district, but they're right there. I mean, those games, boys and girls, they're fighting hard. It's just barely missing it on the ones that they're not, and they're just really coming together. So both those programs, we're really proud of them. The girls and boys both play Somerville at Somerville tomorrow. Cheer just got back from the state championship. They earned 27th overall. Really proud of those girls. That's the first time we've been in competition, kind of like cross country and robotics. We did really good. So we have it recorded. I think she posted the recording of it. I'm not sure. If not, I'll get it posted. But when you look on that stage and it's big 2As, big 3As, our girls didn't even flinch. I mean, they got on. This stage is in front of thousands of people. Our girls had never been in anything like that before, and it was really exciting to see. Like, they were nervous, you could see it, and you're just worried about, okay, come on, girls, you got it. And they get up there and they don't even bat an eye. I mean, they did awesome. I don't think they made really any errors. Like, they really did great. So we're really proud of them and what they have going. Softball season starts. It started last week. I believe they have junior high practice tonight. So they've already started practicing. Baseball starts, I believe, this week. The meeting was supposed to be last week, then it got moved to this week. So I think baseball is supposed to start practicing this week.
Well, they were supposed to start Friday, but it got moved to today was their first day.
Okay, so today was their first day of practice, so they are getting going on that. Girls volleyball, we had a couple more awards that they received from the Brazos Valley, the Eagle. So Jenna McDougal got first team, is it all area? First team, all Brazos Valley. Lindsay Gooch got second team all Brazos Valley, and then Ava Pointer got third team all Brazos Valley. So our girls are doing some great stuff. I wanted to thank IYA. They actually donated $2,500 to both the girls and the boys team this year, and so that's the programs. I'm sorry. So we're really thankful for that and for the support that they have for our programs. And also, we've been meeting with our Goals and Solutions Committee, and we are looking forward to the opportunity to come kind of present to you guys kind of what our schools and our district goals would like to be, what we would like to do moving forward, and kind of meet with y'all about that, I believe in the February board meeting. So, a lot of great stuff. Thank you.
All right, I got a couple things I need to give you information on. Grimes County Solar, they're going to make us do a reinvestment zone meeting. We're going to have to put that back in the paper to go out in the Grimes County paper next week. So our next meeting on February 10th, we will be holding that in the elementary cafeteria, because we have to have the public meeting first, and then we'll just have our board meeting there. So they originally told us we weren't going to have to do that, but now they've come back and said that we are going to have to do that. So that's a change. Good days. Last week we were under 75% attendance. We had over 14 staff members out. I think the number was 17 actually. And so today we are back to 91.4% attendance. So we're going the right direction. We had one teacher and 2 aides out at the elementary and 2 teachers out at the high school that were sick. We did have 2 other teachers that were out for different reasons. So we're back, hopefully back to normal. I think the little break kind of helped us out. We had 145 students out on Tuesday, and today we only had 55 out. So that's a good number for us. We're back. We want to get that back up, but still it's a little bit low, but we're going the right direction. Next thing, as y'all see, the gym floor is not in great shape. They require 5 days of us being off that floor to fix it. We only have 2.5 weeks of basketball left, so we're probably going to work out something and finish the year the way it is, and then get it fixed later on the finish. So I'll give y'all that update when we get that. The last thing is I met my 2 principals today, and we kind of discussed the situation. We missed 3 days of instruction. So the question is, Anderson put on TV that they were going to apply for a waiver. But what I've seen is that they took the waivers down, especially the low attendance waivers, which really what we fell under. They took it down because they're going to revamp it so it'll be updated so everybody will have the same. They didn't want all these different low attendance waivers coming in. So I don't know what they're going to put back up. If we can do the waivers, we'll do the waivers. The next plan is we have some bad weather days, and we have a staff day on the 14th that we could make up the days of instruction. So we would be February the 14th. The following Monday would be February the 21st. Those are student holidays, but we could come back and make those instructional days, and then we could use our April bad weather day, which would give us all 3 days back. But we have minutes made into our calendar so that our students will have the required minutes, but we won't be able to get the required days because our teachers are required to work 187 days. So that's kind of why we were looking at some different options. We may have to extend the school year for the teachers if we choose to not use all the bad weather days. So I want to hear from TEA on what they say about us missing the days before I come back to y'all and tell you what I think would be our best plan. But that's right now, those are some of the ideas that we have kicked around. I guess that's all I've got.
On the gym floor, are we still under quarantine?
I haven't paid him.
Okay.
So he was on the home side, and as they moved toward mid-court, the finish did not take. Well, you can tell where they opened up the fresh one because it looks like it's supposed to look. And so we're not paying for a really bad job that they did. And so we're trying to find out what we can do, what our steps are. And like I said, we can't be off the floor for 5 days. That's the whole deal. Had we known Monday where we weren't going to be here, that would have been different, but we didn't know till Tuesday. So anyway, we'll work that out as it gets here. It just looks terrible. Okay. That's all I've got on my report.
Do we need a preface?
No, you answer.
Do we need a preface, what Lori's gonna do? What the process is going to be?
Yes.
Okay.
You want me to do that? You
Yeah,
want to do it?
go ahead. Item number 6. Yeah.
Okay. On item number 6, we have, I guess for the last 2 years, we've met with our facilities committee. It's come time to look at some different things for our campus to improve it, to upgrade. So in the last month, we've had 2 meetings. We've had 15 at one meeting and 18 people at another meeting. And this was a meeting that Mr. Martindale put together. We just kind of continued on, and we've kind of put some people on there. 1 or 2 that have left, we added some people to it. Our community members which we're glad that y'all are here today. We appreciate y'all being here. Very nice gesture on y'all's part because I know it's time out of your day. So we've looked at different things. We've kicked around ideas, and what we do is we have one spokesperson, and Ms. Bay, it was kind of nominated, elected, chosen, pointed to, however you want to say it, to be our spokesperson for this committee. So tonight she's going to make her recommendation that's coming through the committee. So Ms. Bay, you are now on.
All right. Do I need to speak in this, or can y'all hear me?
That's
I'm pretty loud. Okay. Hello, good evening, welcome. Members of the board and Mr. Dyer. My name is Lori Bay. For some of you that don't know me, I'm sure everybody does, but some of you that don't. Being in 2021, the Iola ISD Facility Committee comprised of members of the community, business owners, parents, and Iola ISD staff. Evaluated various options and possibilities for the students of Iola ISD. The recommendations for the board's consideration are a result of many meetings where the following was performed by the committee. Review of the financial standing of the district as well as the impact of the solar farm. Review of our existing school facilities. Analysis of various scenarios of renovations and additions as well as related costs. The committee has concluded that various conditions throughout the district pose unsafe conditions, security concerns, and the challenging of aging buildings. The committee recommends consideration of the following. Renovation of the current administration elementary building as well as the classroom addition to increase classroom count and educational space. Construction of a new multi-purpose competition gymnasium. Campus site modification and improvements, and demolition of existing campus buildings. In order to meet the safety and functional needs of the district, the committee recommends that a May 2022 bond election be held. The sum of these projects combined is approximately $24 million, which will require an anticipated tax rate increase of 17 cents. On behalf of the committee, thank you for the opportunity to serve Iola ISD. We look forward to partnering to ensure that the educational future of Iola ISD students continues to be one of the growth and empowerment which students prepare to be educated, active, and inspirational leaders in the community, the state, and the world. Thank you.
We don't take any action on that,
No.
the recommendation.
That's right.
Okay, so we're not taking any action on item 6. Again, thank you, Lori, and members of the facility committee for being here tonight. That will move to item number 7, principal's report of probationary personnel. And we'll go to closed session under 551074. I was looking to see if we needed to do anything else before we went in. So really when we come, okay, we'll go under 551074 at 6:51. There's no action to be taken on item 7, so we'll move to item 8, personnel, which really all we have. We don't have employment or resignation from administration, so all we're considering tonight is the naming of the loan finalist of Jeff Dyer.
Do you need a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Tammy, second by Alec. It's open for discussion. Any discussion on naming Jeff Dyer as loan finalist for superintendent position at Iola?
I want to say how lucky we've been. You've done a good job.
Well, about luck, but we've gotten through it.
Okay, those in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries 6-0.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate that.
Thank you. That is all we have tonight, so we need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Tammy, second by Red. Those in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries 6-0.